Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this amethyst point and this oracle card, this is going to be your reading on how to transform, exit, or resolve a situation that you may be finding yourself in. So we're gonna start by looking at your oracle cards to make sure that this is your pile, that you chose the right pile for you. So if this doesn't sound like your situation, maybe try a different pile or come back next time. Remember to only take messages that resonate and to support the channel by hitting the like button or leaving me a comment. I always appreciate that so very much. So to start, I'm going to show you this a little bit up close for those who like the visual type of things, because these are very trippy cards. So if you want to screenshot it, there's also this QR code on the bottom. There's like some cool stuff in there, I suppose. So let me just refocus. And there we go. All right, pile number 2. What is going on with you guys? We're gonna start by reading this. And it says, reflection. Reflection is a powerful tool to help you wind down and unify body, mind, and soul. Because a calm mind supports you in achieving a restful night's sleep. And the thought for the day that they suggest is the quality of your day will reflect in the quality of your night. And vice versa, I would say. So, as a suggestion, they say listen to our podcast, The Art of Sleep, by scanning the QR code and find out how to create the perfect day for the perfect sleep. Okay, so we have this blue lotus kind of thing rising up from the mud, which is very resilient energy to start. But let's see what your oracle says. We have, surprisingly enough, the sleep. You can't make this up. We have the Tower. We have the 10 of Coins. 10 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Lady Who Waits. The Sweetest Taboo. I'm not actually able to recall this animal's name in English, but it says, like, it's a big cat, okay? It's a big cat. And it says, life is a mystery. And it's a number 8, so there you go. We have flexible. We have chaos and conflict. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, so this could be confirmation for someone who's dealing with a Capricorn or in Capricorn time, which is coming up by December. So let me just leave this here. We have You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. We have Hope is Conduit for Miracles. And we have the Tower again. Okay, pile number 2. Right off the bat, you might be feeling a little sleepy lately. That's okay. Many of us are. because we're going through a very intense transformation in our personal and collective lives. I mean, just look around you. It hasn't been like that for a long time. I mean, it's changing a lot, the circumstances around you and inside of you too. And of course, everything's connected, so there you go. We have the Tower twice. Okay, what that tells me is you have been putting some stuff into place, meaning maybe you've been going through reconsideration of values, of beliefs. Maybe something that you thought was stable really wasn't, and now you're having to deal with some kind of loss. Or really, this, like the Tower twice, just confirms to me that with this chaos and conflict card, it just confirms to me that we have a life-changing moment, as in like everything's suddenly different. And I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. It hurts. It takes us off our balance a little bit sometimes. Like the Tower can mean good stuff, like, yeah, I'm just leaving all of that behind, I'm feeling good and whatever, because I'm not really feeling like you have despair on you, not just yet. I don't see that in here. And it's pretty much like it's making you tired to have to deal with all of this and to have to keep your hopes up, to stay flexible, stay positive, stay focused in the good of life. Because for some of you, you might be aware that if you focus on the bad will grow. And if you focus on the good will grow. This is not like toxic positivity, like, oh, just be happy, just be positive. No, I don't do that kind of thing. I actually hate that kind of speech. So yeah, it's pretty much I like to compare this as, like, for example, you are what you eat, right? So if you eat, like, no hate, but if you eat like McDonald's every day, you're gonna feel in one certain way. If you eat like healthy, fresh foods, like if you eat like fruits, if you eat, I mean, you're gonna give your body more sustainable energy to recycle through, to process. So I mean, you're gonna feel more vitality on you. You're gonna feel more easy to, I mean, move. Sometimes, of course, it's not like I'm gonna eat an apple and it's going to be, I'm going to feel magical. No, it's not necessarily that. But the same thing goes for your thoughts. I mean, if you think about, like, if you've been on a rut, if you've been in a hard place for like 8 months, as an example, and suddenly you think, oh, everything's going to be okay, and you try to feel that, even though you believe it, even though you have hope, it doesn't necessarily instantaneously makes you feel better. It's a matter of habit. And for some of you, this may be coming as a recent awareness for you, or this could be advice. But this is a very strong message here. Like, watch what you feed your energies with. Like, what are you eating? What are you stimulating your brain with? Are you spending all day looking into the news, thinking about how the world is going to shit? I mean, we know we now know that it kind of is, but if we look from another perspective, we can see that it also isn't. It's like, for example, the women in the hijab, the hijab fight. I mean, they're protesting to not have to wear, like, as an obligation, this thing that makes them feel stuck, that makes them feel controlled. I got the chills right now. So it's like they're shedding all of that. It takes fight, it takes yelling, it takes maybe burning some stuff to the ground. Like, it doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve us anymore. You know, it's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. So yeah, it may make you tired, but I see you bringing me some sweetness too, and all of that. And they tell me that your hard work is paying off, as in, like, I know it's not easy to stay grounded, to stay focused, to build those habits that we want to build, to look at what we want to build, to look at life from the perspective, to wear the lens that we want to wear, to look at life around us. It's not easy to build those habits, those stabilities that we want. And sometimes it makes us really tired, and that's why you may be sleeping a lot, feeling tired, feeling exhausted. I mean, I honestly don't blame you. I asked you, I am feeling called to ask you not to judge yourself too much for it, because sometimes we need it. And it's like, honestly, sometimes I find myself in need of 12 hours sleep or more, you know, just so I can feel like that I actually got some rest. And that's okay. We have to respect that sometimes. Just don't. And I don't see you surrendering it. I actually see the kind of opposite. It's like you're trying to not overdo it, stay balanced the more as you can, and celebrate your movements. And if this is not what you're doing, this may be coming in as advice. Just take it as it resonates. I just want to take a clarifier for the sweetest taboo, because I want to see, this is some limiting beliefs. And I think that this is what's I think that this is what's coming down. Excuse me. I think for some of you, there are some limiting beliefs that are coming down with these towers, with these radical changes, this chaos around you. Because when we go through chaos, in order to stay balanced, it forces us to sometimes the situations forces us to turn inwards and find our balance. Like, who actually am I? What do I need right now to feel like I'm safe, to feel like I'm balanced, to feel like I'm not dying all the time, you know? Because we as humans tend to fall into, we as anxious humans, let's just put it that way, because we're all anxious, like, to everyone in a different degree, okay? Let's just put it out there, because we're required to just go for it all the time. And then it's like, sometimes the chaos falls into our backs, and then it's like, we gotta find our centers, which is like, okay, I have nothing. Where do I start from here? Where do I start from rebuilding what I need to be happy? Do I need to implement changes? Do I need to focus? Okay, let's just see what the sweetest taboo says. What do you want to tell me for pile number 2? This is taboo. I can't believe this. I saw this card and I was like, limiting beliefs, yeah? And something's, yeah, I mean, this is what this card is all about. Something's holding you back. And yeah, this is the moment to put an end to it, to cut off whatever doesn't serve you anymore. So what is this with this taboo? The death. We have radical change going on for you guys. What is the sweetest taboo? Okay, so you're showing me resistance to putting something to rest. You're telling me that you want to recover from, you want to reunite with someone, maybe with some old ways of doing things, but it's like these things no longer serve you, okay? It's like if it's falling apart, it's because it wasn't sustainable. It had flaws in it. So like it comes a time that we question it and we don't have the answer for why am I doing this? Why am I acting this way? Why am I hurting myself? Why am I hurting the other person or people around me? And if we can't find the answer, it's usually why these chaos and conflicts come, because it's like it's no longer sustainable to act that way. So the universe comes to us and they just sweep us away. The Tower card and the Death card can be very painful processes, especially with this Five of Pentacles energy over here, because it's like you get scared. It's like, what if I never get this again? What if I never get something like this again? Or what if I lose everything? What if I lose my mind? What if I lose my money? What if I lose my stability? What if it's some very anxious energy coming through here. But yeah, and you're being resistant to put something to rest, even though the universe keeps telling you that this is not sustainable, that it had to fall apart. And even though things are maybe not working in this situation, it's not because of you. And when you come back to it, it's usually because you're questioning, oh, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe it wasn't good enough. No. Stop that. You are good enough. It's just that some situations require us to be someone that we're not in order to stay, in order to sustain it. And I know that you may be focusing on hope and manifestation and putting like the happiest energy on whatever it is that you're not letting fall, whatever it is that you don't want to let go of. First of all, if it's yours, it's going to come back to you. What is meant to be has so much power. It's like you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. You're not going to be able to even though later down the road you find a place of peace without that thing because you're supposed to. This is what this separation or ending or whatever it is coming for. It's coming to show you that you are enough. It's coming to show you that you have what it takes to make it, even if you don't have whatever this is that's coming down, that you're having to deal with, whatever this is. Even though you don't have it, you're still gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Because you're good enough. You're good enough to make it on your own. You're good enough to make new connections, to make new paths for you, to make to build from scratch, start from scratch if it needs to. You're good enough to make that happen. This is why we have that lotus. I mean, this lotus, blue lotus, coming from, like, lotuses are crazy things. They grow from the mud, you know? So it's like, even though everything is chaos, I still find my way up to the light. And this is what's beautiful about it, because it blooms in chaos. It blooms in all of the most improbable conditions, in darkness, in mud, water. It's amazing. So yeah, let's just see what the tarot has to say, because I've been on this for 20 minutes now. And a lot has come through, so I hope that helped someone out there. Maybe served as confirmation. Ooh, so much energy. Okay. What is the advice for pile number 2? To transform, exit, or resolve the situation, the trouble that they're in, the hard situation, the hardship that they're in right now. What is the advice here? For pile number 2, dealing with all of those towers, death moments. It's time to replenish. It's time to rest, to find their center again. What is the advice for them? What are the strengths, challenges, weaknesses, warnings? What do you guys want to show me? For pile number 2, please. We have the 10 of Pentacles again. Let me just leave this, because I want some of this. All right. What is the advice here for pile number 2? What are their strengths at this moment? Can't believe I got the 8 of Swords. Oh no, I thought it was the 8 of Swords. Shoot, I clearly saw the 8 of Swords in my front. Jesus. Okay. So the 4 of Cups that wants to come through as the 8 of Swords. What is pile number 2 strengths? What is the strength here? Yeah. Okay, so the Devil is a pretty potentialized 8 of Swords energy, which means limiting beliefs and stuff that usually holds us back. And to me, it's like you're not really wanting to maybe look at it. So maybe I'm gonna get some clarification on this. But your strength is, I don't know if you're doing this, so if you're not, just consider doing it, bringing to light all of these aspects that are making you hurt, that are making you suffer. So like the devil represents our ego, right? And this guy is like all built up in fear. He's the master of playing with our illusions, that we need to be protected, that we need to maybe do some sometimes unconscious ways of protecting ourselves that really don't serve us. Maybe they did at some point, but they don't anymore. So it's like, yeah, we gotta take a look at that. Like, why am I ignoring whatever's hurting me? Maybe I'm feeling like if I dive in too deep into my craziness, into my unconscious, into my shadow side, which means what is not seen, what is playing a part in your life without you actually being conscious of it. So some people believe, they truly believe that if they look at it, they're gonna go crazy, and it's gonna take over them, and they're gonna like, oh yeah, I'm gonna find out that I'm actually super crazy, or that I'm gonna lose control or whatever. These are all coping mechanisms that the ego itself puts up for us to protect ourselves from ourselves. But you don't want to do harm to yourself. You don't really want to. Like, deep down, you don't. Even though you may have some coping mechanisms of hurting yourself. We all do. Okay, that's okay. But you gotta look into it. And we can't protect ourselves from our self-care, because it's not gonna harm us. Like, looking into our shadow is not gonna harm us. It's actually gonna do the quite opposite. You know, what do they have to be careful with at this moment? What is the warning for pile number 2? Okay, I got some serious inner dialogue. So like, maybe you're the kind of person that has that really critical inner dialogue in case you make any mistakes, in case something goes not in the way that you wanted or planned. You may be the kind of person, oh my God. It's really a lot of energy, because it's like, we can be the cruelest with ourselves. Like, sometimes, most of the time, we would never speak to a friend of ours in the way that we speak to ourselves. So like, we were supposed to be our best friends, and we're treating us like we're our worst enemies. This inner dialogue that you're not, maybe you're avoiding taking a look at, it's just holding you back. It's a way of trying to keep control. Maybe the right thing to do is be normal and be in control of the way I look, of the way I present myself, or whatever it is. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Why? Why can't you? Why are you holding yourself so much? Why are you holding yourself back so much? And the reason that the cards show me is that whenever things go wrong, you just beat yourself down like crazy. Not because you want to, but because you were taught, because you learned that this was the best solution, the best way to deal when you make mistakes. So if you want to be better, you can't be weak. You can't make mistakes. So for example, it just popped into my head. Don't take it if it's not your situation, but for some of you, this is presenting as you cannot go through a divorce. Because that means that your relationship failed, that you failed in that relationship. That's a major lie. That we hear about it all the time. We perpetuate it inside of our heads to other people. And it's pretty much unconscious. And it's like a social construct. Why can't you go through a divorce? Why? Like, I can honestly say that for most of the people that I met that separated from partners, most of these people are actually happier than ever because they made the decision to be themselves, to find what's better for them, to find what's best for them, to take the chance, to take the leap of faith and say, okay, I'm done with this. I want to find something new, or I want to find a new way of traveling through life that's not this way, whatever that was. Here we have it. The Eight of Swords with the Knight of Cups tells me that you may be getting caught in some seriously romantic narratives. Like, if you were raised like me, if you were raised by Disney movies, like, yeah, this person is going to bring me my happily ever after, or yeah, marriage is the solution for happiness, whatever it is. This person is my everything, or I'm the flawed one and I have to change in order to become worth it, to become worthy of this person's love. Like Cinderella, man, she was poor and the guy only wanted her because like her only chance of being with that guy was if she was rich enough, if she was dressed well enough. I mean, well, okay, if you want to marry to an outfit. But most people want to be married to, like, some people want situations that bring them love, and marrying to an outfit is not going to bring you that. Oh my god. So, anything else for this lining over here? What is this Eight of Pentacles? This feels like escapism energy. So if you guys are disconnecting from your emotions, you're disconnecting like yeah, let me just do something else because like the inside of my head is just too much. I mean, guys, it's okay to take a break, but if you don't change your inner circumstances, your outer circumstances are not going to change either. So your experience is not going to change either. So you can't ignore it forever. You can't just run away forever, okay? You have to take a look at it. If you're overwhelmed, try to bring down your energy a little bit. Try to ground yourself. Do stuff that brings endorphins into your body. Like, make whatever it is. Make whatever it takes. Go for whatever it takes to make you feel lighter, to make you feel more in the moment, more present in your body, more calmer. And I mean, you don't have to rush into change, but find your natural pace and let it flow. So like, if these things are really bothering you, like, let me just clarify the devil real quick. Can you please clarify this for pile number 2? What is their unconscious telling them? What is the narrative that is coming through here? What is the narrative? Because I feel like you're disconnecting from it and you're like, yeah, let me just focus on work. Or like, yeah, let me just forget any of this ever happened. I mean, don't abandon yourself, you know? What is this devil card doing here? For some of you, I'm getting the message that don't take it if it doesn't resonate, but you could be dealing with a case of, I'm feeling tempted, I am feeling desire, strong desire for something, but I cannot do it. I shouldn't do it. So like, maybe you want to go for it, you want to take a leap of faith on someone new or something new, and you just feel like your body calls you to it, and maybe you're like, no, I can't, this is wrong, maybe there's something holding you back. Like, the metaphor that I got was like the Christian thing of, I want to get involved in an intimate way with someone. Like, just, if you're under 18, just close the video. I mean, what are you doing here? All due respect, I love you, but come back in a few years. But like, yeah, I want to get it. Ooh, yes, confirmation to what I was about to say, which is sexual energy. Like, I feel the desire for something, for someone, and I'm just telling myself that I'm not supposed to. That it's a wrong. Why are you telling yourself that it's wrong if you're so curious about it? You're telling me that you want to see that it could be like really great, strong stuff. So why is this devil here? What is the narrative? Okay, here's the thing. The first card to pop out was the Death card again, and the Five of Pentacles again. So you're telling me, for some of you, this is like, I can't I can't just invest in this. I can't just connect to this person. What if I get hurt? What if they get hurt? What if we get hurt? So maybe you're choosing to ignore a beautiful, okay, let me just, so beautiful that the table got kind of slide, but that's okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful opportunity, you know, to just be happy. But I think it's like this thing that you want to go for. You could be dealing with a Leo, a Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Scorpio, Aries. Doesn't have to, it's just energy. But in order to deal with your anxiety, because I feel like this is so big that makes you nervous, you're kind of like just putting it off. You're just like walking away from it. So maybe you're like, yeah, this is too difficult. Let me just move away from it. But is it difficult because the situation is difficult? Or is it difficult because you don't want to look into yourself to make it easy? Because like, you're showing me the potential, you know, for growth. But only waiting on it, waiting for it to magically come together, well, I'm sorry to say, it's not gonna happen, because like, manifestation works when we put energy into something. So if you're just like sitting there thinking about it, just reminiscing and considering it, all you're gonna get is thoughts. If you put material energy on it, 3D real energy, as in like, not that emotional and mental energy is not, I mean, those are crucial for manifestation to work, but you also got to do the job. You got to do your part. So if you have something to say, you got to say it. If you have something to change, you got to change it. In order to match the vibration of the situation that you want to find yourself in. So let's suppose that you're trying to manifest someone to message you, but this person is hurt. They cannot deal with you because you're hurt, because they're hurt and you never said sorry, for example, because you don't feel like you're supposed to say sorry, because you don't want to look at it, because you don't see how you may have fucked up in this, or how you could be better, is what you're telling me. This is not going to open the door between you and that person, or that situation, because they have what you've shown them, your actions. You hurt them. Just manifesting thoughts is just gonna make them think, oh, maybe they changed. But the real experience, if you want to connect to them, to this situation, it's gonna be an integrated experience. So you can't just come thinking something and expecting the thought to just materialize. No, you gotta go for it. You align. Alignment means you align yourself, as in your thoughts are aligned with your emotions. What you think is is in alignment with what you feel, with what you do, and then these in alignment start to create the 3D reality materialized. So you align yourself first, and then you align yourself with the energy of the situation that you find yourself in. But you can't just stay the same and hope that the situations are going to change. I'm sorry, it's just not, it doesn't work that way. We change, and the situations around us change along with it. you know? So, yeah. This is what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this helped. If it did, please don't forget to leave a drop, to drop a like or a comment. I'm sorry guys, it's just like, it's 5 in the morning or something. And it just starts getting in a zombie mode for me, so yes, thank you. If you can drop a comment and hit the like button, it always helps so much for those of us who are trying to make it out here on YouTube. And thank you so much if you want to subscribe to the channel, and I welcome you with all my love to this community. And thank you for those of you who send any kind of energies for me to channel, because this was a strong one and I got lost there a few times, but I hope this helped, and I will see you in your next reading.